The reason why I don't have any completed beats, which doesn't make any actually I have some completed beats. You know what I mean? But like since making music since 2022, like a handful, like couple handfuls of beats that I've completed, right? And still, even I am left unsatisfied is because I will actually, right, inside the channel rack, I'll have so many instrument tracks. Doesn't matter. I'll have so many counter melodies. You go back and look at some of my videos for sure, right? But then it's just like I get to this part and I'm like, you know what? I'm good because I don't know how to arrange, so to speak, or I didn't understand how I wanted to arrange things. And I think arrangement comes differently based off of, you know, honestly, how much originality, I guess, or like starting things from scratch you could apply. See, that's not a good example, because like I found it very easy to arrange things when I just pulled stuff from Splice. It just felt like I didn't have to do much. Just like, all right, this definitely goes here. This definitely goes here, right? But making everything from scratch is like, yeah, where does this go? How does this fit in this beat? Is basically what I would say. It is because it's just like if it's like something I'm doing, it's just like what are the combinations of sounds I can use at different times, and that's how I had to like think about it in terms of combos, right? Because at the end of the day, the basic of it is just like you have like the intro, the chorus, the verse, blah blah blah. But what combos do you have during those that make it cool and interesting? So of course, I guess you've always heard during the chorus you have all the sounds playing. It's lit. Uh, but what kind of beat do you have in the first place? There's some beats that like kind of are just run-on beats, like a run-on sentence. It just sounds the same the whole way. What I've noticed that there might be some 808 change-ups, which like this beat might kind of be like that, to be honest, when I get to it. But it's just like, um, it's interesting is because when I got to the arrangement part, it's like, oh, see, now I see, like, what percussions I can actually turn up, right? Due to the effects that they have to add this sort of like cool environment or this cool, like, just feeling that I'm trying to get. It's because that's another thing, right? With all this artificial intelligence being able to uh, do so many things that are quote unquote creative, what actually can the human add to the sound? And that's feeling, I suppose. And what exactly is feeling when making music? And what do you feel, I suppose? So it's just like, ask yourselves that. At the end of the day, I guess you have to really be true about it. It's because, oh man, there's going to be a plugin. You know what I'm saying? It's probably going to be some mastering plugin because, mastering adds that warmth and all that stuff. But honestly, one thing that adds feeling and stuff like that, volume, right? When you're playing the piano, crescendoing and diminuendoing is basically increasing and turning down the volume. That's feeling. But anyway, how do you have feeling to an arrangement? That's something that I keep trying to understand it. Until I thought about it here is because it's just like I'm making from scratch. You know what I'm saying? I don't really be using loops at all. Uh, so when I listen to the industry beats, it's like, okay, these guys are using straight up instrumentals, right? This is a musician playing this whole guitar line, right? The piano and all that stuff, right? Whereas I could draw that in here, it just doesn't sound the same. It just doesn't sound the same. The guitar sound that they're using, right? Just how they're playing it and all sorts of things, and it just almost, that could be just the missing element to maybe what I am looking for in terms of like how I feel I can go further with the beat, right? Because shit, the only guitar I have is the free one everyone has, ESW Vinyl Guitar 2. You kidding me? Right? Like what? Of course I could download something. Of course I could just buy a guitar and learn the notes. Right? I mean, I played the piano and the violin when I was younger. I promise you, it's probably easier. It's probably easy if you guys want to try to do that. It can't be that difficult, to be honest. Depends how complex you want the stuff, and that's the thing. Like when I start putting the keys in here, the piano roll, I like the complexity, but simplicity is also important. And well, how can I arrange a beat with only a couple sounds to it? That's the thing that I wanted to try to get to, is because it's just like I have trouble arranging it with a lot of sounds, right? But it's just like, I don't know, I really just don't be complete in these things, like at all. And I feel like that's holding me back. I'm holding myself back, thinking that the final version wouldn't be good. But if I just look at it, if I were to just to loop this all the way through and say this was the beat, that's crazy talk. It just looks boring. It legitimately looks boring. There's been times, and like I think I have the uploads to them deeper into my channel, you guys would have to scroll. I have like 200 something videos, but like I've shown my, like when I first started out, this is okay. So when I first started out, this is how I arranged stuff, because there's this one song that I think I called The Desert or something like that. I can't remember, right? And I actually thought it was a completed beat. The reason why I thought it was a completed beat is, unfortunately, and it's not really like this quite now, my imagination was just with the sounds, right? Very important. My imagination was with the sounds. So I had this like bam 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 bam. Beep, 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 beep. Sounded kind of desertish, you feel me? So like how I arranged it was based off of the sounds I've added to different parts of the beat, the combos basically. There was one part I'm just going through the desert. I got to one part of the desert where it's an oasis, so I added some sound that was supposed to be liquidy and stuff like that. It's so crazy to me how I do not make music like that. Oh man, I'm so sad actually when I think about it. It's like that honeymoon phase of it. That's basically what it was. I formulated myself down into making stuff I think that isn't as interesting, to be honest. I think the problem was, and also this is just some advice. If you don't think you're finding like success with what you're working on, keep working on it. Literally, you hear it, you see it. What I just said, you just got to keep doing it. Right? There's no point in switching it up, right? Because quite actually, like when I first started making stuff, it felt more complete. Right, I liked making guitar songs and things that sounded beautiful, and I still can, but at the same time, we're just not in that era. You know what I mean? Like, it's just what it is. So that's why I kind of switched up. But it's just like, even when I first started, I made this EDM type beat almost, because I used to listen to so much dubstep and stuff like that. I'm using saws and all that stuff, leads. I could never make anything like that again. So it's just like, I know I'm doing a whole lot of talking and not really showcasing anything, but if someone's listening, you got to pick up what I'm putting down. Like, especially if you're new, to be honest, because it's just like, I'm going to just show it too. I'm going to show it. I can't even get to like the very end, unfortunately, show 50. We get to the end faster. Because I just think is that worth actually seeing it, especially the type of videos I was making. Like this video right here, that multi-band compression was crazy. This video right here, the stairway, this is when I knew mixing was like where it was at. This is when I thought, okay, like I need to get better at mixing. I'm just gonna keep it in the background. I don't think my mindset is there anymore to make something beautiful. I've actually completed some of these beats, bro. I'd be able to find this song just by the thumbnail. I think it's this right here. I just am not in that mindset anymore. I think it's sad, but was this it, by the way? This is it. Well, this isn't it at all. Dude, look at all these colors. It's like I used to care back then, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Still do. Man, I'm not gonna find it for you. That's so sad. I don't know. Who cares? You guys don't even know what I'm talking about. It's the best part about it. I got some stuff. I guess I'm not talking anymore. I'm done talking, guys. What does this sound like though? This was the important thing. I forgot. We were talking about the arrangement shit. It's just not the same. It's never the same, guys. Guys, it's never the same. You guys don't understand. Maybe this harp should be a little bit sooner. See, the thing is about this racer with me, this harp is playing a little fast. It doesn't make sense for something fast to just be jumping out of you like that. You know what I'm saying? I like to ease into it. I should just like make a little harp something and then boom, hit you with it. You feel me? Type shit. This perk right here is just more important than the snare. You know what I'm saying? I might want to use a weaker snare. Like this, that sound right there is way more important. I think I like how I'm doing this harp right here. Maybe it makes up for this. I don't know. Anyway, I feel like playing some League of Legends.